Welcome to another edition of Lotus Bob's Garage. And in this episode, I want to pay homage to Colin Chapman, who said, simplify and then add lightness. And I'm pretty sure that he had this in mind, or perhaps this in mind, but definitely not this. Let's talk for a minute about what it is that I've just shown you. The diagram was all of the brake components that allow the Lotus Europa to have not one, but two vacuum assists for braking. I've never known a car that had two of them before, but when you look at all of the piping and all of the confusion and complication that is involved there, and then the weight of two brake boosters, I'm wondering if that really is what Colin had in mind. Take this component. It's a part of the evaporative loss system. It's supposed to collect the vapors from the fuel tanks and allow them to be sucked back into the engine when it's running. Take a guess how much it weighs. It's made out of steel. It weighs 1,860 grams. That's over 4 pounds. I'm wondering where that fits in with the simplify and add lightness. These next two slides have the exhaust manifold and the crossover pipes. I didn't weigh the exhaust manifold, but you can get the picture of how much that would weigh compared to a header. There's no weight saving in the distributor that I changed out. I did put a Pertronix electronic ignition inside, but I don't think I saved any weight by changing out the distributor. Part of the air filter intake, I'm not sure what weight was saved by putting individual air filters per carburetor on, but I like to feel like it had better performance. So let's talk now about the front cargo bay. I've never heard it referred to as a frunk before, but in it is the spare tire and the heater motor, which pressurizes the carpeted area there and sends air through the little holes in the firewall up into the car. I also have no spare tire, so the savings of the weight there is important, and it's not a daily driver, so I'm not going to carry the spare. If you've watched my previous videos, and I mentioned about the pinstriping that came on the car when I first got it, and it was poorly done. By the way, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I think you probably ought to. But nevertheless, the previous owner left me spare pinstriping material if I wanted to do it again, but I'm not going to. So what you see here is most of the parts that aren't on the car anymore. What you don't see there is the spare tire, the silver rocker panel covers, the steel fuel tanks, which I replaced with aluminum fuel tanks, and that's about it. So in conclusion, the modifications and restorations that I've done on this Lotus Europa, I believe, are keeping in mind that which Colin Chapman said, simplify and then add lightness. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.